You mentioned attachment, which is just really, it's something that it's within us, and it can also, I feel like, be external as well. Can you dive deeper into how paradox process helps us kind of become more free and liberated?
Yeah. It sounds counterintuitive to say you got to detach from this, right?
Right.
Because that's the last thing you instinctively want to do. You want to hold on, right?
Well, it
But
feels like almost like escapism, right? When you say like detach, it's like, let me escape my reality.
yeah, people think detachment is not caring or hiding or being deluded, and it's none of those things. You're making a distinction between what you want and what you think you need, right?
Hmm.
We ultimately don't like what we need, okay?
Hmm.
We'll be angry at that. We'll despise what we need. But what we choose is very powerful. So we're always working toward choosing your partner, not needing them,
Mm.
right? And it's a hard
Totally.
distinction. It's a hard concept. It's a hard distinction. But when you get there, you're lighter on your feet. You know, there was an image called Love in Chains, where two people are so attached to each other. They're so kind of attached at the hip that there's no freedom. There's no freedom of movement. There's no freedom in the world. There's no sense of ease. And then there's no trust. The only way you can build trust is by letting go and seeing with certainty, oh, yeah, that person's coming back or that person belongs to me. But it's through letting go, which is what detachment is about. It's not throwing away, but it's holding with an open hand. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, I mean, it's safety. It's just feeling safe within your own skin. And I feel like what you're talking about is codependency, right? Or like a trauma bonding to a certain extent.
Absolutely. And by the way, there's not just the major traumas that we go through, there's 100 little micro traumas that we go through that we
Totally.
also bond.
Yeah. And Andrea always tells me that, and I'm sure this is coming from your brain as well, but we all have traumas that are bookmarked by this emotional charge. And what paradox process helps us do is neutralize that charge. So we're approaching it from a place of like peace and clarity. Like it's no longer triggering us.
The reason I choose trust is it's a lot less work than distrust. Okay. Distrust is exhausting. Okay. It's like, really? I got to worry about that. I got to think about that. No.
Well, you're resisting. And that's taking you out of flow, right? And that's taking you out of just like manifestation, what's divinely meant for you, right?
Yeah. And, if you trust the plan, if you trust your plan, if you trust the agreement that you have, you're going to be lighter on your feet. And, love without attachment is ease. Love with attachment is
Mm,
pain.
right. And I think there was a phase over the past 2 years where, yeah, I just didn't have trust within, and I was kind of resisting my path, and that was pulling me into a state of depression almost because I was resisting my feelings.